Shalom. Dr. Zoa from GMS Germany with a new lesson. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor and thanks unto YAHAWAH, BASHEM, YAHWASHI, BASHEM, KABAD. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles for mercy and told us the truth. Peace and blessings, salutations to the Archim, to all of you elect who spread this truth into sincerity and always with charity across the four winds. And shalom to the sincere listeners out there. So this will be about you won't escape the day of YAHAWAH, the escape of the Lord, the day of the Lord. Okay, because you have to understand that the day of the Lord gonna come as a thief in the night. Let's get there real quick. Upon all them that don't watch, man. You know, like it says, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Let's get there real quick. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. So upon this world, just the day of YAHWASHI will come as a thief in the night. Okay, nobody gonna basically watch for it. Nobody gonna, and look up the word real quick. So like, expect. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Expect the day of the Lord. So it's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 1. It says, But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. See, because you know the times and the seasons to the spring of YAHWAH. Okay, verse 2. For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. And because we know that, this is why we have to measure the times diligently in itself. Okay, like it says in 2 Ezra chapter 9. Oh no. So like, yeah. Yeah, this is Satan working again, but I'm gonna get it in a second. Bear with me 1 second, BUßE. Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay, and that's the thing. So basically, we have to measure time diligently in itself to know what's going on, that the day of the Lord don't catch us as the thief in the night. Okay, verse 3, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3, and it says, For when they shall say, peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. And let's real quick go into the word sudden, because they're speaking about peace and safety the whole time. They're talking about they want to basically sign the New START treaty again. You know, that basically Russia and Babylon is under contract concerning the missiles. We can't concern this the weapons of destruction of YAHWAH and the word sudden, but still sudden destruction is gonna come upon them because they're thinking about peace and safety, but they know the Lord gonna put the Spirit upon them to execute His will. Okay, it says unexpected, sudden, unforeseen. When we go into the word sudden, the etymology, what does it mean? Okay, sudden, and it says immediate, sudden. Okay, up to. So give me a second. So immediate. So basically, I'm gonna come forth without hesitation, man. So they think talking about peace and safety, okay, but still, the day of YAHWAH, destruction gonna come upon them suddenly, okay. Going back to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3 again. So it says, For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. So basically, destruction out of nowhere gonna come upon them. We're going to the word sudden, the definition thereof. Definition. Occurring or done quickly, see? Gonna come quick, the destruction gonna come quick. They talking about peace and safety the whole time, but the destruction gonna come quick upon them. Unexpectedly or without warning, see? They won't expect it. Like I said before, they won't expect the day of YAHWAH, okay? As travail upon a woman with child. And that's the thing. So you have to imagine a woman is pregnant, high pregnancy, and this is the world right now. Okay, high pregnancy, And then out of nowhere the child come. So is the destruction come upon the earth. To the spirit of YAHAWASHI, they shall not escape, see? So nobody gonna escape the day of YAHAWASHI. And that's simply the fact. Nobody that should, so basically, everybody that should die, gonna die. Nobody gonna escape through his own will or something like that. The Lord predestinated like that. So now we go to Joel chapter 2 verse 1. Blow ye a trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. So in Israel, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, because right now they live in ease, they live in joyfulness, or lived in joyfulness. But in the day of Yahweh they're going to tremble, they're going to fear, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. See, the day of the Lord is near, and so we proclaim, like it says also, I think in Joel chapter 3. Let me check quick. Yeah, basically it's Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Okay, basically, they preparing for war. And it's what we see through the spring of Yahweh. But going back to Joel chapter 2, verse 2, and it says, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountain. And when the morning spread upon the mountain, it represents this. Okay. See? So there's complete darkness. Because when you standing basically, see the name wrong again, but basically you standing behind here on behind the mountain, okay, the morning is spreading, it's gonna be pure darkness till the basically the morning is rising up upon the mountain, okay. Then basically the Son of Man, Yahushua, which is the Son, gonna come back, okay. So going back to Joel 2:2, a day, select here. Give me a second. Let's real quick look up gloominess. It says apala, apala, and it means darkness, gloominess, calamity. See, calamity. What does calamity mean? Calamity, damage, state of adversity, state of suffering. Okay, a great misfortune or cause of misery. See, disaster, misfortune, adversity. See, so basically, the world gonna be in suffering. The world gonna be in limitation. Why? Because they see the destruction coming. The swimp of Yahweh and they won't escape. Because they continued their wickedness and didn't repent. Especially 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Okay? So like yeah. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountain, a great people and a strong, there has not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it. See? When the day of the Lord happens, it's gonna be basically the final judgment. After this, the kingdom gonna be forever, even to the years of many generations. See? So now we go to Zephaniah 1:14. The great day of Yahweh is near. It is near, and hasted greatly, so it's come quickly. Even the voice of the day of Yahweh, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. See, just speaking about the day of Yahweh, the people are gonna cry bitterly. Because, hey, the day of the Lord will be darkness, no light in it. Because they won't have any knowledge or understanding to sustain themselves or deliver themselves. Because knowledge represents light. So if you don't have knowledge, you're in darkness. So the wisdom of Yahweh shall going to be light in this day. This is what it says in Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Verse 15. That day is a day of wrath, see? A day of trouble and distress. A day of wasteness and desolation. A day of darkness and gloominess. A day of clouds and thick darkness. So to thick darkness you can see. So it's going to be a day without hope. A day of for the other nations, but the elect gonna be full of hope because they got faith. A day of trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities, because all these cities are fenced, man. You know, these cities are fenced, man. They got protection set up against the high towers. So basically against their protection. Verse 17, and I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men. See, like men that can see, like men that don't see anything, because they have sinned against Yahawah, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and the flesh as dung. See, so mass death gonna happen, like it says also in 2 chapter 9 and verse 16, 14. Then said I, so like then answered I and said, I have said before, and now do speak, and I will speak also hereafter. So I spake in the past, speak right now, I'm going to speak in the future, that there be many more of them that perish than of them which shall be saved. See, so many more going to be perished than be saved. Many more going to be condemned than obtain salvation. Verse 16. Like as a wave is greater than a drop. See, so in comparison from a wave to a drop, people are going to be destroyed like the wave. So many people like in the wave going to be destroyed, and only a drop of them going to be saved, which is the elect. Okay, and this is what you have to understand. So going back to Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 18, neither the silver nor the gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of Yahweh's wrath. See, so all your riches going to be for naught, like it says also in Proverbs chapter 1 verse 14, 1 verse 4. Proverbs 11 and 4, Salakim. And it says, riches profit not in the day of wrath. See, riches profit not in the day of wrath. So your riches won't profit you, won't deliver you in the day of Yahawah, but righteousness deliver from death. But our righteous acts, our faith in Yahawah, gonna deliver us, man. Okay, so going back, Zephaniah 1:18, neither the silver nor the gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of Yahweh's wrath. See, it won't be able. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, which is talking about the nuclear destruction and the laser beams from the chariots. For he shall make even a speed riddance of all them that dwell in the land. See, especially in the land of America. Okay, where the lake of fire gonna be. The spring power of Yahawah. So now going to Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 15. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. So outside the city is the sword, in the fields is the sword, and in the city is pestilence and famine, because no food is coming in. And basically, when you think about the, let me look it up real quick in English because I forget this word. Give me a second. Yeah. Canalization, Salakia, yeah. Sewage is basically going to be stacked up, so all the shit and the piss going to be stocked up and won't be flushed away anymore. See? So basically to that pestilence going to come, and people can wash themselves and more pestilence going to come. So going back, the sword is without, the pestilence and famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. See? So Yahweh is going to put these plagues upon the world, and they're going to come back to back to back. Won't be only the famine, only pestilence, going to be all in one, man. You know? So like, yeah. But they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valleys, all of them mourning, everyone for this iniquity. All hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. So basically no strength in them. They're going to be put in fear to the spirit of Yahawah, because man's death going to happen, man. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them. See, when you go into the word horror, what does it mean? Let's do that real quick. Give me a second. It says palatazawaf, trembling. See, so complete fear, shuddering, palataza, and it says to tremble. When you go into the word tremble, what does it mean? tremble. Shake from fear, see? So they're going to be shaken from fear. So much fear going to come upon them, they're going to shake. That's to the supreme power of Yahweh, Shem, Yahawashi, man. You know? Verse 19. Now it's like to finish it off, verse 18. And shame shall be upon all faces. Like it says also in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. Okay? And baldness upon their heads. And boldness upon their heads represent limitation. You know, because like in the ancient days when the people was lamenting, like Job, for example, he ripped off the hair from his head. You know, so they're going to be in limitation, they're going to be in sorrow. Verse 19. They shall cast the silver in the streets, see, and the gold shall be removed. The silver and the gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of Yahawah. See, so they're going to just cast away their silver and gold because it has no value anymore for them. You know, because they understand at this point, they're gonna understand this point at this point, so like that their riches won't save them, because people really believe they can basically buy their way out from the judgment to come. But it says in Ecclesiastes, oh, let's get there real quick, in Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 14, so like it says this, for the Most High shall bring every work into judgment of every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So the Most High gonna basically put your actions into a scale, man, and gonna weight them, you know. And that's the thing. So if you're wicked, you're gonna die. If you're righteous, you're gonna be delivered. Or else when the Lord have mercy upon you, you're gonna be delivered. Because of not of him that willeth, not of him that runneth, but of the Most High that shall have mercy, like it says in Romans. Okay, it's all ultimately up to Yahweh Shem Yahawashi, because right now I can labor in this truth, but then at the end my labor is for naught, because the Lord didn't deem me as a vessel of salvation. You know, because my wickedness was too high. Because or still I did wickedness in this truth. You know. So it's all up to Yahweh Shem Yahawashi. So don't think because of you righteous you're gonna be safe, man, because our righteousness is as filthy rags. It's all up to Yahweh Shem Yahawashi. Okay, so to keep on reading, Ezekiel 7 and 19, and it says, they shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity. See, so basically they won't be fed. The Lord gonna destroy them. They won't escape the day of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi, man. So now going to Amos chapter 5 verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? See, so destruction unto you to desire the day of Yahweh Shem Yahawashi, especially, or actually to them that don't know what's to come, because people thinking about when the Lord come back, everything gonna be fine and dandy. When the Lord comes back, revenge gonna come, destruction and death gonna come. That's why it says lamentation, destruction to them that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light, because they think the day of the Lord is light, but it's not. It's pure darkness, and only the elect with the lights, with the lamps, like it says in Matthew chapter 25, gonna see. The wise virgins gonna see in that day, because they have the lamps trimmed and have oil with them. That's why we have to basically stack up our oil right now for the times to come. Verse 19, as if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him. See, so you're fleeing from a lion, you see a lion, you're fleeing from him. Then you meet a bear, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and certain bit him. So the first time you're running away from a lion, you're like, oh, I made it. Then you see a bear, oh, what the fuck, man? You're running away from it. Then you lean up, finally I made it, and a serpent bit you. See, so this is showing you that you won't escape the day of the Lord. So it's basically showing that you won't escape. So for example, you see famine, you escape the famine, then you see the sword coming, you see people coming with guns to escape them, you think finally you're safe, and then the pestilence hits you, man. Or even the looking destruction hits you, and you're done. Okay, verse 20. Shall not the day of the Lord Yahweh be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? See, no brightness in that day. But after the day, the brightness is gonna come. After this time, the brightness is gonna come, which is the kingdom. The light gonna shine upon us. The light gonna come. Okay. Now going to Isaiah 24:17 to get even a better understanding on Amos chapter 5 verse 18 or verse 19. Isaiah 24:17. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitants of the earth. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear, see, so he fear you, he screams everything, shall fall into the pit. See, and he that cometh out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. So you're gonna escape one thing, another thing is waiting for you, and then the third thing gonna catch you. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. So the Lord gonna bring basically the world to shaking, man. Verse 19, the earth is utterly broken, the earth is clean dissolved, the earth is moved exceedingly. Verse 20, that's the point, and the earth shall rear to and fro like a drunkard, representing the nuclear missiles hitting the earth, man. So the earth gonna shake because nuclear missiles gonna hit this earth, man. Okay, and shall be removed like a cottage. So gonna be plucked out like a cottage. Like you had the let me get a picture real quick. So cottage, so like a cottage plucked. Give me a second. So like I want to get a good picture, but it's not popping up. But let me just real quick go into the word cottage. It says malawana, and it says lodge, hut. Okay, from the word lawan, large stop overpass the night, abide. Okay. And when I read it, so like I imagined basically, let me go back, move like cottage. I remembered like it's basically like plucked out like a cottage, like in the what is it called again? Cotton. I imagined cotton, but it was wrong. So like yeah. So basically, going back to Isaiah 24 and verse 20, the earth shall rear to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, okay, like a house basically. And the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and arise again. So this kingdom gonna fall, man. After nuclear destruction gonna hit, this kingdom gonna be done. It won't rise again. This way it says also in Jeremiah chapter 50, there won't be any bomb for her, man, for Babylon. Like it says in Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 8, and it says, Babylon suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. See, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. See, so Babylon won't be healed, man. Babylon, when this kingdom is fallen, this kingdom is going to be done. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reached unto heaven and is lifted up even to the sky. So the wickedness of Babylon, of modern America, or basically Babylon, America is smaller than Babylon. Basically, the sins of America reach up to the heavens, man. It's so high that it reaches up to the heavens, man. It's stacked up so much, it can't be basically covered, you know. Now going back to Isaiah 24 verse 21, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahawah shall punish the host of the high ones, which is the elite that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners gathered in the pit, see, and shall be shut up in the prison. So we're gonna put them kings into chains, man, and after many days they shall be visited. See that? The supreme power of YAHWAH. Real quick, a precept for that is Psalms 149 and verse 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praise of the Most High be in their mouth, and the two-edged sword in their hand. See? So the elect gonna praise the Lord, I'm gonna have a two-edged sword in hand to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people, to bind the kings with chains and the nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all the saints, the elect, praise the Yahawah. And that's the thing. So we're gonna bind up these kings, man. We're gonna put them in chains, these Rothschilds and these other nations. Verse 23. Going back to Isaiah 24, verse 23. Then the moon shall be confounded and the sun ashamed, when the Lord of hosts shall reign in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem and before the ancients gloriously. See, so basically, it doesn't represent that the moon and the sun going to be a go away. No, it represents that that we're going to have the full knowledge and understanding, like it says also in Revelation chapter 21. And I think, what was it? Give me a second. Let me tap in real quick to get a quick one. It's in Book of Revelation, 21 and 23, and it says, "And the city has no need of the sun, neither of the moon, to shine in it, for the glory of the Most High did lighten it, and the lamp is the light thereof." See, because we're gonna have the full knowledge of understanding through Yahawah, man. Because the law is gonna be written in our Ummah part, so it doesn't represent that the soon, basically the host of heaven gonna be wiped away. No, this won't happen. They're gonna exist forever, basically, you know. But now going to Matthew 24 and close out with that, and 29, and it says, "Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light." So basically, the knowledge and understanding, they won't have any knowledge and understanding that day. Why? And the stars shall fall from heaven. See, and the stars represent the elite, because why? Like it says in Isaiah chapter 14, they exalted themselves above the stars, man, above the stars. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?" See, so it's talking about Esau. Lucifer just means light bearer. It's talking about the elite, okay, because they was above everybody. Like it says, verse 13, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will send into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north." Verse 14, "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." See? So they want to exalt themselves in that level, spiritually and also physically. They want to basically wanted to go to the moon, or he basically went to the moon, like it says also in Obadiah. So that's speaking about that, and it says, "And the powers of heaven shall be shaken." See, so they're gonna be shaken, gonna fall down, man. Verse 30, "And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn." Why, when Yahawashi is gonna come back, which is the Son of Man, why should the tribes of the earth mourn when everybody's talking about they want so-called Jesus to return, that basically love gonna come back on the earth? No, when Yahawashi gonna come back, death and destruction gonna come, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. So he's gonna come with his full force, with his army. See? And people gonna mourn. In the last verse, verse 31, "And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other." So they're gonna be beamed up, gonna be basically delivered, and then the nuclear destruction gonna hit. Like says also Revelation chapter 15. This was everything I got. RAWCHAA to the spirit and power and mystery grace of Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, KABAD. Was less and edifying. I want to give once again, HALALYAM, HAWAD, KABAD, THAWADAH. AHBANAWA, Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, KABAD. BARAK Yahawah, BARAK Yahawashi, BARAK Yahawah, BARAK Yahawashi, BARAK Yahawah, BARAK Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, KABAD. Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, KABAD. BARAK down, Wahablatam, Shalom to the elect. Yahweh to the next time. Shalom, Wabrakatam, Wababa, man. Stay strong in the faith and understand there won't be any escape of the day of the Lord, man. Only them that should escape gonna escape. The elect gonna be saved out of it, like it says in Jeremiah 30. But the rest gonna be destroyed, man. I'll put in chains. Shalom.